Good morning, everyone. It's a humble request to all the students to please rename themselves with their name first and then the course which they belong to. Thank you. We have enabled the rename option. So you all can please rename yourself with your name first and then the course which you belong to. Thank you.
But they have said that on the chat that there is no rename option available. If we have to rename, then we have to leave, meet, and then rejoin. I request tech team to do the required changes. This is a post on the chat. Vineet Gadia.
Yes, sir. Just give me a minute. We are working on it.
Hello, sir. Thank you. But the tech team has did their required part. Now we are able to do so. The thing.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
We are crossed 9:30. I would like to start, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Just give us 2 minutes. We are starting.
Wait.
The capacity to learn is a gift, the ability to learn is a skill, and the willingness to learn is a choice.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am Shah.
And I, Neha, are here to welcome you back to the Induction Lecture Series. This series of knowledgeable lectures with our esteemed guest is a wonderful opportunity for you to enhance your wisdom as it provides in-depth learning, expert insights, and exposure to new ideas.
I would now like to formally welcome our Degree College Vice Principals, Dr. Naveen Punjabi, Dr. Rani Tyagi, and Dr. Jasbir Sodi, and all the other faculty members present out here, right here. Now, I would like to welcome our unending source of inspiration and motivation, our backbone, the principal of HR College, Dr. Pooja Ramchandani.
Thank you, dear. And good morning once again to my first year brand ambassadors of HR College who have joined newly or have come as in-house students of HR College. Also, to all my brand ambassadors of Student Council who are taking charge of getting this program organized, and especially to Dr. Harish Shetty, who in the morning on just one call when we said, sir, we need you to talk to the students. And he said yes. A special thanks and warm welcome to Dr. Harish Shetty. Kids, as we said, that we have started with our induction lecture series to expose you to what industry experts we have. We realize that today's students go through a lot of problems or go through a lot of issues which they don't want to discuss with us. As parents, as teachers, they want to keep it inside their hearts. I know the gadget that they have in their hand have created a lot of opportunities as well as problems that they face, but they don't realize that there are. They face anger issues, they face anxiety issues, they face ambition issues, they face power issues, a lot of issues they face, but they are not ready to talk. We realize that there is something that somebody should talk to them. And that's how we got Dr. Harish Shetty into picture. Our objective of holding these sessions is that HR is a family. Whenever you feel there is something in your heart, come and talk to us. I would also like to again talk about HR Voice, which Council of our college runs, which is one of the initiatives that only HR College, it seems, has. It's a Google form that is launched by Student Council and spread across the classes, where we say, if you don't want to come and speak in front of us, at least send us a message. If there is something wrong, we are there to help you. HR College also has a Sync Club, which emphasizes not just on to the mental, physical health of a body, which is through yoga, but we also concentrate on the mental health of students. And this year onwards, we are starting with an initiative of getting doctors onto our kind of a panel where we have decided that we will have a general physician, we will have a psychiatrist, we will have a gynecologist, and we will have specialist doctors who look at special issues of students and are connected to us and regularly visits us on understanding the issues of students where they don't want to talk to their parents, but they want to talk to someone who's a specialist. So Sync Club is going to have this kind of initiative from 23-24 onwards. These are few of the initiatives plus the 50 plus student bodies of HR College, where we allow students to become a family among themselves, where we allow them to sit with their own people, with their own young, same age people. They come together, have parties, have programs, and we say this college is of the students, for the students, by the students, where we give them ample opportunities to sit down, plan events. In that process, they become busy. They forget all the anxiety issues, hopefully, and they take care of each other. I've seen clubs taking care of each other as elder brothers, elder sisters, elder friends, elder siblings. I mean, name it the way you want it. The structure is very simple. TY students take charge of SY take charge of FY, and in a way, it becomes a family of a student body. We are trying to bring in a lot of open opportunities to students, and today we said none other than Dr. Harish Shetty, who is a well-known speaker in the area of students' problems, as well as, I mean, he always says, don't call it as a problem. I remember the way he talks, the way he has been handling it. I think the apt person for today's morning to talk about how youngsters can be stress-free, happy, joyful, and lead a peaceful and a healthy life without getting into any tension. As we say, jo hoga dekha jayega, because you cannot control things. But when you take it positively, things go in a very, very happy and a peaceful manner. So, welcoming Dr. Harish Shetty, Professor Shubhda Kanchan, the council ambassadors, and my new brand ambassadors. Looking forward to listening to Dr. Harish Shetty, because we elders also have some issues which we don't want to talk, but we need some help always. So, looking forward to Dr. Harish Shetty. A warm, warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm sure your kind words were very helpful for our first years.
Yeah.
Shall I?
Yes, sir. Just a minute. I would now like to request Shubhda Kanchan ma'am, the Assistant Professor for the Department of Mathematics and Statistics and the teacher in charge of the Students' Council, to please come ahead and introduce our guest speaker for the day, Dr. Harish Shetty.
Is
Good
it
morning,
recorded?
everyone. Our guest speaker for today, Dr. Harish Shetty, is one of the best psychiatrists in Mumbai with an experience of over 4 decades. His qualifications include MBBS, MD, DPM, and DCM, and he is currently associated with LH Hiranandani Hospital. He is the president of My Home India, an organization striving to integrate the rest of India with the Northeast. He's a governing board member of the National Testing Agency, a distinguished faculty at Symbiosis Law School, and is a columnist for various newspapers. He conducts mental health and suicide prevention workshops in schools and educational institutions, and trains people in various aspects of mental health across the country. He has been invited to speak about mental health at various universities across India. He has also worked with NGOs in the aftermaths of natural disasters by providing psychosocial relief. He can speak in 8 languages and is committed to seva and teaching to fulfill his passion of awakening Bharat. Sir, it's an honor to have you here today. My students are eager to hear you speak about love, life, and learning.
Thank you, Shubhada, for that beautiful introduction. And nice, happy faces of the student council. Both of them are smiling away. And the principal's smile is 440 watts. The strongest and the best. Well, congratulations, my dear students, for joining your first year college. I recall my days when I joined my first year college in a bachelor's degree, that is MBA. That is real fun. It's so much curiosity to know that there are new boys and new girls in the class. There's so much joy to see faces. There's so much trepidation, and also to see where I'm going to sit in the class, in the front row, middle row, next to whom, and saying hi to each one of y'all, and that's so much fun. But as you enter the college, you could be from colleges outside HR, you could be from the same college, but you slowly start forming groups. Tame Gujarati cho. Hi guys, do you live in Sobo, South Bombay? Oh, I live in Borivali. And then slowly the groups automatically form. It's a natural process. It's an organic process that happens. And then you manage and plan activities, not in the college, but also outside the college. Where do we chill? What do we do? Whose house we are going to have a party? What are we going to do on weekends? Are you going to party hard and study hard? And all those things start happening. And slowly, as those things start happening, what happens is the group gels and slowly it moves ahead. But then at some point of time, you slowly feel that this guy is yapping a lot. This girl, my God, she talks so much that she does not allow anybody to talk. And then as we feel that slowly there's some friction here and there, and the group does not get consolidated, and at the same time we tend to be upset with somebody, we tend to be angry with somebody, we tend to be very happy with others, and at that point of time we might exclude somebody from the group, we might not talk to somebody from the group, we might not say hello to that person, or we may not tell him or her the party time in the evening or the chilling time in the evening, and we might exclude somebody. At that point of time, and the person who's excluded discovers, Abhi mujhe kataya. I mean, they've gone without me, and they're not there with me. And sometimes at that point of time, some guys in the group are angry at this boy or this girl, but the girl or the boy who's excluded feels very low, very down, rejected. And he or she starts thinking, what the hell have I done to be excluded in this group? And when you start thinking like that you have been excluded in the group, you tend to brood, and you might feel sad, you might feel like a martyr or a victim. Yaar, mujhe koi nahi samajhta hai. Nobody understands me. My God, they're so mean. They're so unfair. And then when he or she starts saying that, he starts sulking. But the time of today is not to sulk. The time of today is to confront. Don't sulk, speak, which means if you feel left out, if you feel not accepted, if you feel rejected, the best thing is to go and confront and say, "Hey, kya hua yaar? What happened, man? You all went and met at barista, but you did not tell me. Is it that my face is bad? Are you angry at me? Are you pissed with me?" I'm sorry for using these words, Shubhada, but these are the standard words officially accepted in the English lexicon. Are you pissed? Are you angry? I feel sad that you really left me alone. And when feelings are shared, then the other group said, "What the hell, man? We are not sad, but you yap a lot. You hassle us a lot. You bore us a lot. When we say we need to go to Leopold Cafe, you say we'll go to Taj." So you always do this, and we are very upset about that too. And when two upsets join, there is positivity. When two negatives join, in mathematics, as Shubhada knows, minus into minus is plus, and then the misunderstanding is really resolved. The college is not a place to learn stuff, to learn your core skills, to learn your subject. It's a place where personality development happens. It's a laboratory for personality development, where you fight, you come together, you go, you fight, you come together and go. Now, if you go and share that I'm upset, and there's no response at all, ठीक है, तो upset रहना यार. हमारे बाप को क्या जाता है? That's the time you need to find a different group. But the point is, on this earth, at this point of time in history, there are 3 R's we need to learn: rise, roar, and revolt. No. I'm not talking about rise, roar, and revolt. That is RRR movie. I'm saying resilience, relationships, and repair and reform, which means resilience, the ability to face struggles, the ability to face problems, ability to really face a failure or a rejection from somebody, or a refusal to be accepted in a team which the college would represent, etc., etc. So managing troubles, becoming resilient. Relationship, working as a team in an assignment, working with different people, with different cultures, with different languages, with different habits, and being able to work as a team and build a team is one of the most important skills you're going to learn in college. And the third thing is, you're going to fail. You might get less marks. You might lose your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You might be rejected by your uncles, aunts, or friends. And that's the time, even when you fall, you need to learn to repair and reform. So most important thing at this point of time in life is sharing feelings is more important than sharing adjectives, which means I'm pissed with this guy. I'm angry with this guy. It's perfectly normal. I feel happy with this guy. Perfectly normal. I feel jealous about him or her getting more marks than me. Perfectly normal. I feel sad about him. I feel very sad that he or she is in a very difficult state. Perfectly normal. But if you say, He's a horrible guy. Adjective. Negative adjective. He's useless. Negative adjective. I can't stand him. Adjective. Adjectives cause distance. Feelings cause bonding. So it's important to be in the realm of sharing your feelings with your parents, with your family, and with your fellow students that I'm upset that you did not tell me about this extra class. I'm angry because you did not share your notes with me, man. I'm jealous because I taught you and you scored more than me. So being in the realm of feelings is extremely important. Rushit is so stoic today morning. He didn't have his breakfast. I think, no, you okay, no, Rushit? Yeah. So that is the first lesson. As you proceed, induction may all teachers talk nice things, huh? Sweet things. We are with you. We are with you. We'll help you. But when the red pen in the hand and the answer papers are there, then the pen is not a pen but a sword. Ta they do. And as much sweetness you see in the teachers when it comes to assessing examination, their avatar is different. Avatar in Hindi and avatar in English. And then you'll find that what you expected you did not get in the exams. What grades you expected in the assignment you did not get. You were supposed to be chosen for some activity, you were not chosen. And that's the challenge you'll have to face in the college. And what do we do at that time? Sometimes you also feel that this teacher does not talk to me much. She talks to that guy for half an hour when he goes to me. When I go, 5 minutes, kata, cool. Maybe I'm not from HR. I came from a different college. Maybe I don't look nice. Maybe so many automatic thoughts come in your mind. And the best way to resolve is not to sit in the canteen and abuse the teacher. Man, dude, I can't stand that lady at all. I can't stand him or her. No. Call up the teacher and say, ma'am, I need 5 minutes of your time. What happened? I need 5 minutes of your time. And don't take an appointment on the same day. Say after 3 days. On Thursday, on Monday, I tell my teacher, I want to meet you on Thursday for 5 minutes. And the teacher starts scratching her. What the hell is this? What did I do? And on Thursday, look into her eyes and say, ma'am, I'm so upset with you that whenever I come to you with a problem, you ignore me. You speak very less to me. Whereas when others come to you and you talk really big stuff. But she will say or he will say, no, yaar, aisa kuch hai hi nahi, yaar. That's in your mind. And then the bonding starts. Life is all about learning how to negotiate, how to bond, and how to get your task executed with respect, dignity, and love. At the same time, in the college, I know some of you are from BBA, some of you are from commerce, different subjects, maths. My God, maths teachers I respect because maths teachers are supposed to be very intelligent. We are biology guys, nothing, amoeba, cell, metabolism, and all that stuff. So when you do not understand a concept, by the way, please attend your classes. Huh? Don't hang around Marine Drive and other places all the time. And there are a lot of good places to eat. Please attend your classes. It's fun. Each teacher can teach you something new. So when you attend your classes and when you find, my God, I don't understand. I left my brain at home and I brought my skull to the class. Sometimes it happens. You leave your brain and you bring your skull. And when you don't understand stuff, don't hesitate to put your hand up and say, my dear teacher, kuch samajh mein nahi hai, nothing is going inside. And don't expect the teacher to say, come here, my son, I'll teach you. No, teachers are like mothers. They will say, God, you are not paying attention. I've taught this concept 10 times, but you're not paying attention. And then you say, I have not paid attention. Ma'am, please help me. Chase the teacher to the teacher's room. Never get angry with the teacher, just the way we don't get angry with the mothers. Until you understand the concept, which you have not understood, do not leave him or her. But some of us are very ashamed to ask difficulties. Yash, isn't it true, Himanshu and Yash? Some of us are so no. If I put my hand up and ask, people will laugh at me. If I put my hand up and ask, people will say, yeah, I don't know, I was a topper in 12th. By God, how can I put my hand up and ask things? Arre yaar, 12th ho gaya hai. It's all over. Entrance exams are all over. Once you enter bachelor's, you are all equal. Whatever marks you had is immaterial. And after 12th standard, you have a right to get less marks. You have a right to fail in the test also. Put your hands up without shame. Kill shame and seek help. Those guys who kill shame and seek help, whether in studies or in life, do very well in life. No, how will I look stupid in front of everyone? People laugh at me. No way. Kill shame and seek help. Ma'am, I need to speak to you about this. I didn't understand this. I need to speak to you about how did I get less marks in this answer? Do I have written the complete answer according to me? And the teacher is the best person to tell you how to improvise, how to get going, how to understand a concept. My God, my dear teacher, I can't understand the accounts at all. This accounts chapter doesn't enter into my head. And a teacher can find a way to put all those things in your head. I know you all go to classes, you all have to have tuition, but the teacher in the house, in the college is like the mother. Rest everybody are uncles and aunties in tuition classes. So develop that habit of confronting, clarifying, and creating a sense embodiment of knowledge inside your mind. Which means when you do this, it's not that you learn the subject, but you learn a value, you learn a skill to negotiate. And the skill to negotiate will be extremely useful to you in your life, with your wife, with your husband, with your family, and also at workplaces. If you run your own business, if you start your own startup, or you're working in any organization, the skill to negotiate. As you do this, sometimes what happens is we are not sure whether we have entered the right course. It happens. Sometimes after marriage, your teachers will tell you they're not sure whether they married the right guy or the wrong guy. And this happens all the time. Is it the right course? Why the hell did I take BB? I should have taken something else. My God, I should not have been HR. I should have been NMIMS. My God, why am I in India? I should have gone abroad to do undergraduate. My father did not agree. And all these doubts will come all the time. And at that point of time, put your doubts on the table, allow your brain to churn, because the brain has the capacity to find answers to your own problems. Sometimes you have a problem, just sleep over it, and next day you'll find an answer. It has a tremendous capacity to find answers to yourself, and at the same time, look around and seek help. At this point of time, in first year, BA, BCom, BAF, BBA, whatever, we are free from the 12th. In the 12th, we had no time to date. And actually, we had no time to actually fall in love. We had a crush, but we did not have courage to go and say, I'm in love with you. And this little relax. I've entered a bachelor's class, and now my career is on the right track. Let me look around. And when you look around, the cheeks and the heart beats, heart misses a beat, and you feel for somebody very strongly, and you go and propose straight, I like you. And at that point of time, remember one thing, God also understands that there are psychiatrists and psychologists who need to feed their families. So when you say, I like you, and she says, I like you, or he says, I like you, and you start something, it is a sure recipe for a breakup. So at this point of time in life, breakups are common between 15 to 9 to 20, 21. About 3 breakups happens on an average. And this actually helps you to build your mind muscles. Nothing wrong. So when you fall in love, the risk is that you'll break up. When you drive a Formula 3 racing car, either you win or you meet with an accident. So when you fall in love, remember something. You need to understand what love is. When I ask young boys and girls what love is, they said friendship, being together, taking care of each other, being together all the time. You go mad if you're together all the time. All those things are pal tere sag, all bullshit. What is love? Love is I want you, but I can live without you. I want you, but I can live without you. Which means what? Which means I'll love myself first. I accept myself first. I love myself first. And those who love themselves are able to love somebody else much better. But those who feel, no, I need to cling to this bird, cling to this girl. I need to be with him. I can't live without him. I can't live without him is not love. I want you, but I can live without you. That means you love yourself first. And 3 basic principles at that point of time is accepting your body exactly as it is. A lot of boys and girls have difficulties with their size, their shape, their weight, their fat, their protein, their nose, their eyes, and so many parts of the body. But God is a champion of diversity. He has made 8 billion characters on this earth. They're all different. They're all different. And nobody is like somebody else. Himanshu here can never be that actor. Who's that actor who's the husband of Padukone, the girl? Deepika? Can somebody unmute and say?
Ranveer
Ranveer Kapoor. Himanshu Chawla can never be Ranveer Kapoor. But remember one thing, Ranveer Kapoor can never be Himanshu Chawla. And that is so important. Ansha can never be Aishwarya Rai, but Aishwarya Rai can never be Ansha at all. Neha can never be like Alia Bhatt, but Alia Bhatt can never be like Neha. So each one of us are so unique. ऐसा नमूना पैदा किया ऊपर वाले ने 8 billion characters on the earth, and each one is unique. And when you accept your body exactly as it is, your eyes shine, your cheeks glow. When you say, no, man, I'm short here. Oh my God, I'm not right here. No, man, my color, man, I'm too fair. Oh my God, I'm very dusky. You are finished. And when you do not accept your body exactly as you are, you'll fall with jerks, boys or girls. You'll fall in love with jerks. You'll cling. You'll have a pathological relationship. You'll hold a twig and feel it's a branch and fall and meet with an accident. Accepting your body exactly as it is. And thanking God. Stand in front of the mirror every day, occasionally, and thank God. तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी जिसने मुझे बनाया. I praise you, man. तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी जिसने मुझे बनाया. And accept your body exactly as it is. At the same time, don't be narcissistic. I'm the most prettiest girl in the class. I'm the real hunk in the class. There's no hunk like me. Then we'll crash. Having a sense of inflated self-esteem is also very dangerous. Ayn Rand said that once, no? Inflated self-esteem is man's real quality. I don't agree with Ayn Rand there. So accepting your body exactly as it is. At the same time, what is also very important is that compassion and kindness helps you to be very healthy. Which means if somebody doesn't understand accounts and you know him, you know account much more than him, sit down with him or her and teach him or her. Not only one particular person, anybody around. And being kind and compassionate and helping each other and saying that if he is growing, I will also grow. When I teach, I become much better as a human being as well as in my subject. When I teach, I become much better as a human being as well as in my subject. And I become much sharper, much alert, and my responses are much faster than the others. My dear friends, who will talk about study? But learning is very important, right? And remember one thing in learning, sometimes we suddenly we feel not being liked by a teacher, or we don't like some teachers. Strong likes and dislikes at the age of 16 to 19. Or the uncle, aunt in your family, or I can't stand this teacher. He's horrible. He doesn't know anything. And when we pass these comments and we get disgruntled with some teachers, teachers will be different. They're different characters. Some would teach great English, some may not be very good, very proficient in English. They may not be Shakespeare ki aulad. But each teacher who has taught for a few years has something new to teach. And if you have to learn to pick up that, you need to have your antennas very open, without bias and prejudice. You need to mine gold from every conversation. And if your antennas are alert, you'll pick up things much faster. But if you close your antennas because you feel, I can't stand this teacher, I can't stand that teacher, then you go, and they're like human beings, yeah. They'll get angry without reason. they might be irritable sometimes in the class. They might not be very forthcoming when you ask for help. So they're also human beings. They're also going through their own struggles. Nobody in this room here is not struggling with something or the other. Nobody in this room here is devoid of any skeletons in the cupboard. Sabke apne apne lafde hain. And accepting that teachers are human beings is one of the greatest qualities for students. So now you fall in love. And then when you fall in love, your friends find that you don't spend time with them. You're always, friends feel, come on, man, he's now yapping a lot. He's so different. He doesn't talk to us. And then at some point of time, it so happens that we are so enveloped with the entire concept of being with somebody. I agree that the sense of being loved is one of the most, the feeling of being loved is the most important need of any human being on earth. The mother, father, spouse, etc., etc. And at that point of time, sometimes we all neglect our studies. I do not believe in this phrase falling in love. I believe in rising in love. Both of you do assignments together, teach each other, come across to be working and helping each other. But at the same time, my dear friends, we all need a circumference of safety around us. It's like the nucleus in the middle of the cell, and your boyfriend and girlfriend just outside, but a little away, there are friends, there are family members, and in the safe circle of safety, the circumference of safety, which is our place wherein we can be emotionally nude, should never be compromised. No boy can say, you're the best friend and you are my lover, my best friend, and my everything. No way. You are my sun and my moon. No way. You are somebody whom I love, but I also have friends. Like a trapeze artist, when he walks on the rope, he has a arc down, a net down. If he falls, there is somebody there. So your circle of safety are those guys who will take care of you when you're down. And that you should never compromise. A place where emotionally, you can be nude. My God, I proposed to him, yeah, but somebody proposed to him and he went away. My best friend, we are best friends, but both fell in love with the same girl or the same boy. And but I think my friendship broke because she went with him or he went with her. You will need to have a place to share all this. And when you are part of a circle of safety for anybody in your class, remember, never say, if somebody has a breakup, never say, I told you no. Why the hell did you go with her? Why the hell did you go with him? Who the hell told you? Come on now, leave it. Let's have revenge dating. No. Even if you start, even if you did not like the girlfriend of your friend or the boyfriend of your friend, listen to him, hold his hand. He will talk rubbish in your perspective. You know what, Himanshu? We used to sit at that barista on that chair. You know, that chair. I would sit in front and she would sit up, and you'll not like all this bullshit. But listen to this bullshit, because in this bullshit there's so much affection. अपने को लगेगा यार क्या साला क्या पका रहा है यार, पकाने दे यार, वो पका उनके लिए प्यार जो है अपने को पक्का लगता है. Hold his hand, hold her hand, be with him or her. You'll save somebody. I still remember this story in a college. Well, there was a boy and a girl who would always be together, eat together in the canteen. They would feed each other. They would not speak to each other, and they were all like Siberian cranes. Tung, they would fly. They did all that. One day the boy went to Frankfurt in Lufthansa Airways for a course, and he did not tell the girl. The girl was completely shattered, and she sat in front of me in my clinic. He said, I want to die. I said, okay. I said, give me some names of your friends in college. She said, I have no friends. I said, give me some names who are your acquaintances in the college. She gave 11 names. I called them up and said, this is the state. I want you all to come and meet me. 4 did not come. 7 came. And the 7 said, Dr. Shetty, I know that she has had a breakup, but we will not help her. She had act. I did not understand. What is it? You guys talk in such language we don't understand. Somebody said, you're a goat. I didn't understand. How come I became a goat? I don't know what a goat is. Then somebody told me goat is something, whatever. It's something nice and something good. So she sat and she gave me all those names. And when the 7 boys came to my clinic, they said, we will not help her. She has an attitude. Act means attitude. I pulled up my son and said, what is that? He said, attitude. And they said, we will not help her at all. We don't care. She would not speak to us. She's not part of her class. She's always with him. I just requested them, my dear friend, just hold her hand for 7 days. Be with her in the class if you can. Help her to attend the class, help her to finish the assignment. Just do it for 7 days. After that, you can stop. You can really stop. Don't do anything for her. And I said, you come back after 7 days and meet me. After 7 days, they were transformed, completely transformed. They said, no, sir, we will help her till she's good. She's part of us. You know, kindness brings something different from our hearts. And then Uzdin say, they really helped that girl to come out of it. And the girl learned a lesson that a circumference of safety where her friends are there are as important as a boyfriend or a girlfriend. But there are some boys and girls, they say, we are so unlucky, we proposed 18 times, but no boy or girl fell into a net, fell into a... No, yeah, I'm very unlucky as far as boys and girls are concerned. I get great marks, but I'm very unlucky as far as boys and girls are concerned. I propose to somebody, she likes somebody else. I propose to somebody, he likes somebody else. My God, what to do? And I feel so low because I have no girlfriend and boyfriend. Then I pause. and utter a sentence like Salim Javed has written. It's easy to get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It's very difficult to get friends. Invest in friendships. Boyfriend or girlfriend may break off, something might happen here and there, but friends last for lives. Even 25 years from now, all of you will have 3 kids if you don't want to contest elections, or 2 if you want to contest elections, and you'll be in different parts of the world doing big things, but you will be in touch. And when you come for your reunion after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years of your college, you'll all be the same, because friendships last. Sometimes love may not last all the time. And it's important to invest in friendships, my dear friends. Friendships really last. At some point of time, some of us also feel that we have been let down. And handling kids with breakups is a very interesting affair. I mean, all the sentence they utter, I will never love any man again in my life. I'm disillusioned. All men are like that. All girls are that. We'll never, ever talk about love. There's nothing like love on this earth. Love is all in the air, and all that. My God, the amount of poetry I've heard from boys and girls who break up. When you actually break up, you're very creative. When you're doing an accounts class, you're not creative. Maths mein to creativity you need to know the concepts. So they become very creative. And some boys have written scripts of movies about their life. They felt what happened to them is the most unique things, and it never happened to anybody else. At this point of time, I would want to talk about parents. Teachers or mothers in the college, even if they get angry at you, confront them with their feeling. I feel upset, ma'am, you did not pay attention to me. I wished you, as you were walking in the corridor, you did not look at me, ma'am, I'm so upset. And the ma'am will become your best friend. Sometimes we have different sets of parents. You know what? In life, you can't choose your parents. You can choose your spouse. Parents ka choice hi nahi. Upar wala bhej de, tapak, tak, go there. Go to the house of Agarwal. And go there. You can't choose your parents. You can always choose your spouse, and you can also leave them if you like. But innate love is parents. Let me tell you one simple sentence to each one of you. Mothers, umpires, and constables are never acknowledged in life, are never appreciated. A mother who is a house manager does twice the work of the father, at least twice the work of the father. Mother who's working does at least 3 times the work of your father. And that is something we need to really acknowledge and appreciate. And that really increases the heart size, our compassion quotient, our ability to relate. It really becomes very big. But at this point of time in life, when you're 18 and 19, we tend to have some amount of a lingo or a language which might not be very conducive to the health of the family. I always tell the girls and boys, actually demonstrate your appreciation to your mother. Demonstrate it openly. Just saying I love you is not love. Huh? Saying, well, I'll hug you, mom, I hug you every day when I go, I kiss you every day. No. Actionable love is not only hugging and kissing. Actionable love is helping your mother in the house. Actionable love is at times being there when she's sick. Actionable love means driving her down to a place where she wants to go when you have very urgent work, or when you have a date with your girlfriend or boyfriend. Actionable love is not only talking about love, but actually assisting your mother in your house, assisting your mother in the family, and being with her during most difficult times. And when you say that to her, and when she sees that actionable love, you'll find that your emotional health improves. You become a better human being. You become a more rounded and holistic human being, and grow. At times in a family, sometimes fathers and mothers don't really get along. Happens. Fathers and mothers have different issues, and you have an opinion about them, but you can't express it. It's so important for us not to be arbitrators between father and mother, but so important for us to be caring and loving towards them. Today, I'm saying it's not the fathers and mothers who need to understand children. Children are much, much more wiser with the ways of the world because their exposure is much bigger. I would say that students as of now need to be counselors of parents. Many times it so happens that you have very difficult times in your family because of health, because of relationship issues, because of so many other things. It's important to share your woes with your friends and see that your friendships are a buffer, actually, in spite of difficult parents and difficult family lives. There are 4 things which a student needs psychologically. And these 4 things are: number 1, emotional safety and security, which means what? Which means whatever happens, the college will not reject the child. They will talk ke repair karenge, gadbad hua to even if you're caught copying, they will not throw you out. They will repair you. Though administrative action may happen, they will repair you. Similarly with the family. Second is trust. And I tell all teachers and parents, trust your child completely, but keep your eyes open. Third is respect. And the 4th is love. And these 4 emotional needs are so important when you are in college. My dear friend, I still remember this young boy who came and said that I don't want to live. I said, what happened? I've consistently scored less marks. I'm sorry. Consistently, I've been scoring less marks in my first year and my second year. I don't know what to do. I've never been in the state. I've always scored very high marks until my 12th. I've been one of the top 5 in school. I've done IGCSE. Some say I've done ICSE. By the way, I'm only SSE. My English is not so good, so please bear with me. And he was so upset. He was so upset that he said, I really am scoring less marks. What to do? I said, when you have fever, what do? He said, I'll go to the doctor and I'll test. I'll check whether my physical state is right, my blood tests are normal, and then I will take help. Similarly, fever or failure, diagnosis is the key. If you score less marks, there are only 3 reasons. One is there's something wrong with the way you study. Go back to your teachers and clear your concepts. Your answer sheet is your astrological kundali, your patrika. I can analyze the answer sheet without the child or student and exactly tell where the student stands, which means I can tell you whether the student has read his concepts and understand the concept. I can tell you whether the student is emotionally disturbed. I can tell whether the student actually has attention issues. I can also tell whether the student has any other issues looking at the answer. Go back to the teacher and find out what the hell is happening. How can you score better marks? And if you do not understand any answer, go back to your psychologist in your college and find out what the hell has happened to me. Sometimes repressed memories, old memories might actually obstruct your learning. Sometimes your mood can obstruct your learning. Sometimes anxiety can obstruct your learning. And as he sat down, I found that he was depressed. He was depressed because of different reasons, more so in the family and among friends. And I also found out that in his family, there were some people who were depressed. It was depression causing loss of attention causing loss of memory and low marks. So my dear friends, whenever you find difficulty in studies or grades, it's important to seek help, kill shame and seek help and see that you go ahead. But what about dying? I want to die. Why the hell? India is on the threshold of a great tomorrow and you are the architects. Yaar, bhavishya ujjwal hai. Bhavishya ujjwal hai, yaar. India is going to be the most powerful economy and you are the architects. There are many exams worth living for and no exams worth dying for. There are many guys and girls worth living for and no guys and girls worth dying for at all. And remember, if somebody comes and says, I want to die, don't say, chupet, shut up, man, don't talk all this bullshit. Come on, chill, man, come, let's go to the lounge. No lounge is an antidepressant. No drink is an antidepressant. And weed and hash are not antidepressants either. So it's important that when somebody says, I don't want to live, you rock the boat, you break all rules and see to it that person reaches a mental health professional or a teacher is aware of what happens at this time. My dear friends, when I mean love, life, and learning, they're all linked. They're all linked because if you're able to manage your feelings, you're able to learn better. If you're able to manage your feelings, your life will be much more holistic, healthy, and fulfilling. At this point of time, I would like to bring 3 concepts. One is of anger, okay? Anger. And the second is about sadness, and third is about love. Let's look at anger. At this point of time, gussa to aayega hi. Yeah, if somebody cuts your car from side and overtakes you, you will talk Oxford English or Oxford Hindi or even Oxford Marathi sometimes, or even Oxford Sindhi at some point. You say Jai Jhulelal, then Oxford Sindhi. Perfectly all right. But remember one thing. Remember one thing, my dear friends. Or Oxford Gujarati also. There's one Priyanshi Doshi. She'll speak Oxford Gujarati. And she'll talk in chaste Gujarati and abuse or use nice Oxford language in Gujarati. So anger, na, ये normal emotion है क्या? Absolutely normal emotion. But aggression and humiliation is an abnormal state. Anger is normal. I am angry at my teacher because by mistake she did not give those 3 marks which was necessary. Normal. But if I use adjectives to my teacher, I use expletives, then it is aggression or humiliation. If I really put somebody down, that is humiliation, aggression. But pure anger is love. Pure anger is love. When your mother says or your father says, "What the hell did you do, man? I put you to a nice college. I put you to the best of tuitions. I put you to the best of tuition. What the hell? I'm so angry at you." Normal father. Indian fathers are like that. Mothers also. Mane tara par bohu gusso ave che. Normal. Americans don't say like that. Well, I'm really very upset with you, and I'm afraid that the consequence of the same is not in my hands. They're very scared. But India, मुझे तेरे पे गुस्सा आता है, कान के नीचे 2 पप्पी लगाने की इच्छा होती है. Normal mother. I feel like slapping you. Normal. That's normal anger. But if you block your anger and try and be pious like Buddha is a different ball game. Then the anger gets converted to resentment. Resentment is like a cup of poison. You drink and expect him to die. And then you are not aware of your resentment. Then you get hostility. Hostility. I can't stand this. If I find him in a dark alley, I'll kill him. And then revenge. And so manage your anger early. Be aware of your anger so that it does not get converted to poison in the future. And anger is a normal emotion. But if you are irritable, that's not anger. Irritability means anger in motion. And if you're violent and aggressive all the time, you need to go and see a doctor. This is one part of the anger. It's also important to understand that if you have really shouted and screamed at somebody without reason, it's good to go and say, "I'm sorry, guy. I'm really sorry, bro. I didn't mean it." And that's how we do as an emotional human being. Sadness. Sadness is a positive emotion. Depression is a negative state. And the boys who are not ashamed to cry become much better human beings. Much better human beings. Ayush Mirashila रडायला येत नाही, पटकन रडत नहीं, कारण तो पुरुष है. मैं मर्द हूं, मैं रोऊंगा नहीं. हम हरियाणा के, हम तो जाट हरियाणा के, हम तो पढ़ते, हम तो पंजाब के जी, चावला जी, हम तो रोते नहीं जी. जब तक 2 पे उतरता नहीं तब तक आंख में आंसू ही नहीं आती है. अरे यार, boys who learn to cry as and when they can are better human beings. They're more transparent, they're more better. So sadness is a positive emotion. Depression is a negative state. I still share. COVID, I lost 2 members of my family, one aunt and my brother. And we cried like little kids in the funeral. When I cremated my auntie alone with my nephew, he was half my age, and we were crying like little children. जो बह गया वो पानी है, जो रह गया वो जहर है. Mind and the body talk to each other all the time. It's an orchestra. And the mind and the body communicate healthily, the body remains healthy. But if the mind represses and blocks the tears, the body starts misbehaving. The pancreas goes on strike and says, "I will not give you insulin," and you get diabetes. Thyroid says, "I will not give you thyroxine," and you get a hormonal issue. But when my aunt and my brother passed away, we cried like little children, no shame. And you will also find this in your families. There are some people in your family who rote hi nahi hai saale. Rote hi nahi hai. Gambhir aata te lok. Radwanu avta જ નથી એમને. And we are proud of such people. તેને કાઈ હોત નહીં. Nothing affects them. उन्होंने पूरा family को ऊपर लाया है. कुछ भी हुआ तो रोते नहीं हैं. Like in the film Guru. Protagonist says, "Bapu mara, मैं आंसू नहीं बहाया." अरे यार, that's a myth. When a father cries without any inhibition, you feel he's normal. He's like me. He's not God. And this myth that can a building stand on one pillar? So there are no one pillar in your family. Huh? Teach the pillar that there are many pillars in one family. An 8-year-old can console an 80-year-old, a 40-year-old can console a 60-year-old, a 60-year-old can console a 28-year-old, and each one of us can actually help each other when we are sad. Don't underestimate the ability of younger members of the family to manage feelings and take care of the elders. Don't overestimate the capacity of the elders to take care of the entire family. It's wrong. It's a myth. So, my dear friends, जो बह गया वो पानी है, जो रह गया वो जहर है. Mind and the body need to talk to each other, and when they both talk to each other, they remain healthy, and that is important. Lastly, my dear friends, you don't sleep on time. You all chill till 3 o'clock. And some mothers come and tell me, my son says, he sleeps for 8 hours, but from 3 o'clock to around 10 o'clock. Sleep is not about arithmetic, it's about architecture. You know what is that? Architecture? It is about architecture, which means it's not the quantum of sleep, but the quality of sleep is important, which means sleep as dream sleep, deep sleep, dream sleep, deep sleep, and then we get up in deep sleep and we feel fresh. नींद से खिलवाड़ मत करना, भेजा पलटवार करेगा. Which means एग्जाम में कुछ याद नहीं आएगी, ये वाल्व इधर बंद हो जाएगा. Nothing, no answer will fall, no answer will fall. You get stuck. Sleep is important because your body is repaired, your memories are consolidated, your emotions are managed. नेटफ्लिक्स के बदौलत अपनी नींद से खिलवाड़ मत करना. उम्र कम हो जाएगी, 40 साल में टपक जाओगे आप लोग. 25 साल में डायबिटीज, 40 में बहुत अच्छा था, मस्त था यार. You know what? All social media, all OTT are designed to addict you. They are not here for your unnati. They're designed to addict you. So manage it with moderation. And my dear friends, it's not that if you sleep at 4 a.m. and you're up at 11 a.m., you sleep for 7 hours. You have to sleep approximately 3-4 hours after sunset, because the pineal gland in the brain releases melatonin at that time so that you sleep. So please do not screw your sleep. It will destroy your immunity. It will cause diseases very early in life. It will destroy your sexual capacity to make love. It will also diminish your memory and ability to learn. My dear friends, as it is 10:28 now, I would like to share something very small and then stop. Apart from sleep, exercise. Exercise is not about muscle. It's not about protein. So what is the whey protein and T protein and A protein and B protein? It's about having a healthy diet. Vegetarian food is also very good. It has enough proteins and nutrients and carbohydrates. Non-nutrition diet also, any diet, if it uses balance, no whey protein. Don't build a muscle. You do exercise because you need to have a balance inside your body and need to have a fresh mind. Exercise dissolves tears, fears, and anger. Exercise is not to show your muscle and your 8-pack. It's to make you wholesome. It's to make you healthy, which means exercise is important. If you like to build your body, please go ahead and please do it. Exercise is one of the most important stress busters. WHO has said it, and they call it the black dog. How many of you know what's a black dog? It's not whiskey. Come on now, stop it. I want to hear something new from all you girls and boys. Black dog is what Winston Churchill said about talked about his depression. He said, I have a black dog. He gave his name Black Dog for his depression. And the WHO, World Health Organization, come up with a 4-minute movie, animated movie on depression. It has consolidated all the research is available, and exercise is a stress buster and really helps mild depression. Apart from that, my dear friends, the 2 greatest mental health professionals on the earth have been from India. You know who they were? One was Maharishi Patanjali, who gave us yoga, and Gautam Buddha, who gave us Vipassana. Vipassana is used as mindfulness all over the world. Vipassana is free, of course, but mindfulness is not. Pranayam, breathing, breath, saas. This saas and that saas, both are important. That saas for property and this saas for health. And when you align your breath, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system is aligned, the mind and the body is aligned, and the being is aligned with Mother Nature. My dear friends, have some hobbies. Something, yeah. Kuch to karo. Kuch to karo, yeah. Kavita likho, I write poetry. Ghas pe chalo. Climb a mountain. Swim in the water. Do something. Sirf 24 ghanta padai. Grade. Mat karo. You might do PhD, but you might not be able to cast a shadow for everybody to follow. Naipaul said once upon a time, years ago, that Indians don't cast their shadow. They work in the shadows of others. But times have changed. We have taken over Jaguar. We have taken over steel mines across. And we are paying salaries for those in Britain. And India is now casting its shadow. India is now coming up in a very big way. Most of the CEOs across the world are Indians. At this point of time, have a hobby. Don't think only about your core subjects, but read a lot about history of India, the home tribes, the Vijayanagar kingdom, and so many other things about Savarkar and so many other things. Then you'll find life becomes very meaningful. Ansha बहुत serious हो गई, बहुत emotional हो गई.
No, sir. I was just concentrating.
I'm joking, man. You know, my dear friends, life is beautiful. Whatever happens, life is really beautiful. This human body is one of the finest products of the cosmos. You may call God, I would say cosmos, anything. And let's protect the human body. Let's protect the human mind. Let's be connected with people around us. Let's see that we live as wholesome a life as we can. And when things are down, we kill shame and we seek help. My dear friends, connectivity and connectedness are three important words. Connect is when you say hi to somebody we don't know. Connected means we help somebody whom we know. And connectedness means we are there for somebody whom we love, whom we care, and whom we are very close to. In COVID, we found researchers said that connectedness improves health, improves life, improves learning. And with this, my dear friends, I wish you a great life. I don't wish you a great exam. Huh? Exam is one part of life, yeah. I wish you a great life. And someday, probably we'll meet when you're CEOs, when you're MDs, and when you're big guys in different places, or when you're actors and you're great teachers or whatever. We'll definitely meet one day because life is so beautiful. Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me, Pooja, ma'am. Thank you, Shubhra, for actually introducing me. And thanks all the teachers here, non-teaching staff, teachers, and everybody, all the stakeholders of HR College. And thank you all students for not throwing tomatoes at me because you could not, for not throwing eggs at me. But I think I felt so nice to talk to students. And when principals come and tell me, school principal calls me, that you're doing so much for students. I say, no. My best stress buster and my best method to keep myself healthy is talk to the young boys and girls. Thank you.
Sir, we have a few questions in the chat box. I just wanted to know, are you open towards the question answer?
Absolutely, darling, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Before you take on to questions, I believe I have to come in and say a special thank you to Dr. Harish. I think what you were talking about to the youngsters, I was listening, and believe me, from the time I've taken over as a vice principal and the principal majorly, I have been observing these issues, and many people tell me that why do you get so close to students? Why are you a friendly principal? And I think today, though they will get an answer that today it is necessary to get close to younger minds because they don't have people to share. They keep things to themselves. And when you were talking about anger, power, I have observed these things in students a lot when I have become a principal, when I handle 50 clubs. So within the clubs, outside the club, with other clubs, there are competitions. And I tell them this is only 3 years of your life that you will explore yourself as a leader. Don't fight, learn. There are going to be good things in people. There are going to be bad things in people. See at bad things and say, I don't want to do that. Look at good things and say, maybe I can adapt it or I can change it. There's one thing that I think Sir did not talk about is when he said about Netflix and OTT and sleeping late at night. There's one trend that I observe which disturbs me as a mother, as a principal is a lot of clubbing that is happening in the night by students. They think it is fun. They go out for disco parties, they go out for club parties or house parties, drink, smoke, take drugs. Maybe I don't know exactly what they do, but it is necessary for students to understand that at this age, it looks fun, it looks social status, but somewhere you're harming your own self. Going out to discos or DJs in the night is fun, but doing it regularly, taking a champagne or a beer bottle and taking an Instagram picture looks fun and status symbol, but in the near future, ultimately this is going to harm you. And I think Dr. Harish would agree with me on to this. It's one of the serious thing that is catching up in
No weed, no
India.
hash, no weed, no hash, no cocaine, no nothing at all, nothing at all. I agree with him.
Yeah, because Insta has become a status symbol for students who share their stories. I do share stories. I'm very active on it. But when I see them, I feel a little worried for my younger children, as in our grandparents worked so our parents could make a healthy life. Our parents worked so hard that our children are living a luxurious life. Students don't make a mistake that your own children again have to go back to the grandparent style and work hard to make their grandparents live a luxurious life, because it is a cycle. If you don't value what your parents have earned for you and giving you, ultimately you're going to give your children something that they have to work more harder than you. So children, be careful. It's good to have fun, but there are different ways to have fun rather than those which are catching up as a trend on Instagram or into DJs or into discos or into beer bottles or into whiskeys or whatever. Please don't go on to that. As a mother, I feel concerned that where is my younger generation going? So Harish ji would throw a light on this.
Well, for all teachers, proximity is dignity and love. Distance is indifference. So be proximal to students, be available, and don't have an iron curtain around your room. And which is why? Because if teachers are accessible and available, they'll remain healthy. If they're distant and indifferent, they'll fall sick much faster. Because infectious energy comes from students. For teachers, it may not come from your peers. And as far as all substance is concerned, I don't want to say more kids know everything. I have a lot of faith in you guys, this era, because this era is a very definitive era. It's an era, in my era, when Imran Khan would bowl, they would feel Aurangzeb is bowling. When he and Botham would bowl, they would feel Robert Clive is bowling. But we have a Sehwag as a metaphor. We have a Ganguly, we have a Kohli, we have the young boys and girls don't care. They look into the eyes of the people across the world and are there to give an answer. And that is this era. And every era has its own problems. Every era will find its own answers. But as ma'am said beautifully, we need to connect and need to help somebody who's fallen down. And we need to be aware of what we are doing, because the consequences of the things which ma'am mentioned is very grave and very dangerous. I agree with you, Pooja. Ansha, quickly. Neha and Ansha, quickly.
Yes. So the first question says, how to deal with negative thoughts, fear and anxiety because of an upcoming exam or a result?
Yeah. One is don't sleep less. Then you'll forget everything in the exam. So there are 5 types of kids. One who do their studies every day. They're very boring kids. My mother used to say, look at him. Sala roj padta hai, roj homework karta hai. And we used to feel very bad and in fear. Then there are kids who study in chunks. Chunk, and at the end of the day, they manage. And third is you have deadline kids. Jab tak exam ka date nahi hai, tab tak padhai start nahi karta. Then we have gunpoint kids. Jab tak principal, professor, ya mother, ya teacher, banduk nahi tab padhai nahi karta. And there are fifth, kuch bhi karo to padhte nahi. The most important thing is those who get anxious about exam, please practice a lot of recall of what you have actually studied. Please answer small tests at home, simple tests at home, so that anxiety goes down. Please do a little shavasana, pranayam, and a little relaxation exercise. Please tell yourself, ultimately what will happen? What's the worst case scenario? Nothing. Don't, and if you're very scared of competition, there are 2 words which are very important: achievement oriented or competitive. If you're achievement oriented, you do your best as much as you can. You don't bother about who gets what. But if you're competitive, you're actually anxious. I have to beat him. I have to stand first. My God. First, as somebody said in the chat box, be standing first or low marks is very, very, very relative. Try your best. Number 4, just before exam starts, wish everybody very profusely, lovingly and laughingly so that anxiety goes down. And teach your parents how to wish during exams. Feel free. And at the same time, immediately after the exam, don't discuss your question paper. It is over. Swaha. And don't allow your moms and dads and your tuition teachers to ask you what exactly have you written. Once you are able to calm down your breath, bring down your pulse, and allow the entire dhabdaba to fall, the waterfall in the brain, you will start writing. When you are answering your papers, remember one thing, don't read the entire question paper. The ICS is a bad habit of giving 15 marks to read the question paper. Why the hell? As you get the question paper, question 3, I know, start writing that. And when the wall opens completely, you'll get all the other stuff done. And question 6, I don't know, leave it. Don't bother. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Then the wall stops. And then when you write question 7, you remember question 6. And slowly things fall. And ultimately, after the end of the exam, swaha, this no exam is a definitive variable to decide your future. What decides your future? Your cumulative effort to learn the core aspect of your subject, the cumulative effort where you learn how to deal with people, get people together, and you become emotionally very intelligent and very, very, very sound. The cumulative effort of learning from everybody, little things, so that you amass general knowledge. Also, apart from the core issues which you need to learn. So that's what it is. So it's a cumulative activity across time, and you grow every day because you learn every day. Anxiety goes down. Ansha?
Yes. So the last question. So this is like an elaborative question. So it goes like, sir, if being in friendship,
you used a very funda English word. What is that? It's not SSC English.
elaborative. It's a very
Elaborate.
elaborate.
Okay. No issues at all. No issues. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Sir, if being in friendship and still the friends are not loyal and the friendship is not anymore, not once a time, but many a times, then how can one believe in investing in friendships? Also, do you think in this world, will there be any good friends? Because nowadays, most of the friends become friends just for means.
I don't agree with that. In friendship, there can be times when you are ditched, in the sense that you have told somebody, "Ye kisi ko mat batana, main tujhe bata raha hu." And sometimes, by human beings, by nature, share. And you feel betrayed and stabbed at the back. Balm laga do, yaar. Balm laga do, piche sab theek ho jayega. Bas. Don't really bother much. And friendships also go around in cycles. Sometimes you're very close to somebody, and that somebody may drift. But across time, as a whole, you'll have stable friends, a few friends across school, across college, across your neighborhood, across the building. And it depends upon your common likes, common goals, common culture, and probably meaning in life. But if you have a trust issue, that you don't trust people so easily, then it's very difficult to make friends. I'm not speaking about you, I'm speaking about very generally. But the third thing is very important. In the sense, it's also important to forgive your friends if they've done something wrong or right, and then really come around and be there. At the same time, what is also very important is when you think that friends are only for means, it may not be true. There are common interests and common needs which are also responsible for really coming together. Across time, you learn how to deal with people, who's right, who's wrong, who's selfish, who's self-centered, who's with you, who's kind, who's compassionate. And across time, our learning would define what sort of friends you will have. But you know what? Separation and union are two sides of the same coin. You marry, you divorce. You have a boyfriend, girlfriend, you break up. You have a father or a grandfather who dies. Separation and union are two sides of the same coin. You need to really juggle around it and not to expect ideal friendship on this earth. Nothing is ideal. Life is all about the best available. Friend, husband, wife, or even the prime minister. Best available. Nothing, no ideal friend exists on this earth. Thank you. Ansha?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was truly a very helpful session. The session left an indelible impact on everyone present, fostering profound insights on the themes of love, life, and learning.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Ansha. Thank you, Shubhada. And thank you, my dear Pooja ma'am. And all the student council members, all the students, wish you all the best for life. Pray to God. Touch the feet of your parents. It brings humility in both of them and brings bonding. And see that you really appreciate your teachers. Be close to them. Be their friends. Go to them even if they're upset and angry. And sometimes understand them too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So,
Good morning,
as
sir.
we step upon this enthralling journey together, I encourage you all to embrace each and every moment, cherish each and every moment, and make this phase of your life the most memorable phase. And trust me, we are so thrilled to have you here with us today, and we are confident that you will surely make all your loved ones proud of yourselves.
We hope that you continue to contribute to this community's legacy and shape an upstanding tomorrow. Once again, thank you, Dr. Harish Shetty, for this session today. And thank you, everyone, for joining in. We hope to see you back here tomorrow for another edifying lecture. Thank you, everyone. You may all leave now.